Hi friends, it's Tracy from the Financial Freedom Diary, and today we're back to talk about my 2022 yearly savings goals. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe below. Hope y'all are having a super fantastic day. I'm going to apologize because there sounds like a whole gang of crows outside my window just cutting up. So let me take out these 2 pages from my budget planner so we can have a discussion. I wrote in all my categories ahead of time just to save us a little bit of time. You guys know I like to talk. And so I wanted to at least, like take some of that out and not make it so painful for you guys. But the funds that we're going to be talking about today, some of these are going to be sinking funds, and some of them are going to be just like long-term savings, and I have retirement on here too. I know I can't do everything in 2022, but I felt like if I got this out on paper, it would help me feel better because I'm starting to feel a little bit overwhelmed. Not a lot, so I'm not going to be like melodramatic about it, but I am starting to feel a little bit overwhelmed with everything that I need to be taken care of, because it's so different from 2021. The focus was paying off debt, and I just, and that's just one thing, and I have been focused on that for a long time, and so now I'm having to adjust, and so it is a lot, and thank the Lord those birds have moved on. So for the gifts, this is an online category, so I want to make sure I put something to differentiate what these accounts are. And so this is online. And so that's going to carry all the way down. What did I do with my little, here we go. It's my little friend. Let's put that right here. And so I have a list that I'm going to work from. And so this is going to be short term. And short term is 12 months or less. And the reason why I'm writing this in is because what I plan on doing is taking what I have put here, and this is going to dictate which accounts I use. I'm going to sit down and say this account is for short term, this account is for long term, and these accounts are for Etsy and YouTube. Like I'm going to split everything out and make sure everything is cohesive and makes sense to me. And so I'm gonna put the max date for the gifts because it's pretty much all year round. So maybe I should just do 12/25. We'll do 12/24 because I ain't gonna be out on a Christmas day. So for gifts, I have 12 months to save. And so we're going to work straight across. So my goal for the gifts, let's see. Christmas, I know I want to do 1,000. And my oldest son's birthday, I'm thinking 300. And I always do the same per kid. Make sure everything is equal so nobody is going to therapy for me in the future. 200. They'll probably still be going. It's going to be something, right? You can't get it all right. So 1,800 is going to be the goal for the gifts. I don't know what my beginning balance is as of today, but I will come back and fill that in, and I will fill out what's left to save and how much I'm going to save per month. If I had to do that right now, it would be, what is that, 1,006, so that's 1,800. Why didn't I just look at that? I make things difficult for myself. So it's $1,800, which is $150 per month. And so I will take that out of, I think I probably could swing that like with one paycheck, have it put everything into the Christmas and gifts fund. And so we would do that the first of the month to make sure I take care of that. I like gift giving. It's fun for me. I know some people look at it like and they think, oh, you're trying to buy people, but that's not it. I actually enjoy the whole thing. So, and I know it's difficult for people to understand that, but yeah, I actually enjoy it. It's fun for me, and yeah. So that is the first one. But yeah, I'll fill in these later because that's still changing because of Christmas and everything. So let's move on to the medical. So I can actually look, because I haven't been adding anything to medical. I am going to up what goes into my FSA. So I'm looking for my sinking funds from November. So that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, and so you can see from November, I only had $2.85 in that account. Now the issue is as I get older, I'm going to need to have something built up in there, and this is going to supplement what I have already going to FSA, which is a flexible spending account. And so this is a short term. We don't know, so I can't put a due date on that. And I am going to save all year round, and so I'm going to put 12 months on this one too. And then let's just put that here. So what is my goal for medical? I think another 500 would be good. That would 1,500 would be good. I'm not sick a lot, and that should be, really nice. I have $2.85 in there. Boy, that's a whole lot, and I'm being funny. So 500 minus 285, 497.15 left to go. And so that's what I have left to spend. And so if I break that down by 12, I need $41.43 per month. Now, I'm not saying that I'll be able to do all of this, right? So I'm going to pick off certain ones you're going to see in my budget, and then others you're going to see may come on later as I reach certain goals. But I want to have this down. Even if I don't get 500 in that account by the end of the year, I want to at least have a beginning point for 2023 to pick up from there. The next thing I have are my subscriptions. Let's move this out of the way. And I can keep this planner open. And so, like, my subscriptions, I want to have my PMI dues ready, Sam's. What else I have? I know I want BritBox, and I'm thinking about Amazon Prime. I'm thinking about that. I'm not quite sure. So PMI is about $154. And that's for the big chapter and the local chapter. So $45 is Sam's, and I think BritBox and Amazon, I'm going to put them at $120 a piece. And so it's $439. I don't like that, so I'm going to make that $440. Make that even. Divide that by 12. And so that's about $36 a month for that. And so, like when I get the money up for like Amazon Prime and bread box. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of those. But in 2023, I'll be ready. So in January, my PMI dues will be covered, and then when Sam's comes around, that'll be covered. You know, I'll have the money there. So when I'm taking the money out, I'll be prepared for it. And so this one will be online, because I think in January my PMI dues is going to have to come out. Well, I know it's going to have to come out of my budget, so I can budget now and have everything I need for the future. So we're going to put this, the due date, we want everything done by 12/31. But this is going to be one that's going to be really ongoing. It's going to constantly roll. And maybe I shouldn't put a date on that. Maybe I shouldn't do that, because it's one of those things I definitely need. It's not a one-time event, so I definitely need that. And so I'm going to give myself 12 months. And the goal, what did I say? Dang it, Tracy. Dang it, dang it, dang it. I said 36. So 440. This way I can tell my big numbers from any breakdowns that I did. 440. And what do I have in my existing subscription? So I have $3.18. Yeah, you know, like 2021, I just stopped like everything just so I can focus on that debt. 440 minus $3.18. And so this is going to be 436.82, and divide that by 12, and 36.40 per month. And I'm going to put these two out of my 15th paycheck for the transfer date. And I may go to the credit union and set something up, and I think that's what I need to think about, is all of my accounts, because I have a primary checking with a bank that I've been with for years, and then I have my credit union, which I've been with since I've been employed with my current employer, so it's like 10 years. And then I have Capital One. So I'm trying to put everything in the right spaces. And so I want to say, like, primary checking account, I know that is for bills only, and money flows in, money flows out. That's how that one works. I have a savings account over there, so I'm thinking that my short term should go there, because I'm constantly using those. And those that can sit, like Christmas and gifts kind of sits, because like the boys, their birthdays, Alan is July, Joshua is May, so that can sit over there for a minute. And so that been housed in a credit union works for me there. So that's what I'm thinking. So I am going to take a moment to think through the rest of this, and I will speed that up for you guys, so that way it's not taking all of your time today. I have everything filled out, and so I have to like do my budget like for January to see what's going to fit where. Some things I don't have like definite dates for. Like I know I'm going to be traveling into January, beginning of February, so I need to have money saved up for then, so it can vary. I did put a monthly amount on there of $175, but I think that's what I'll do when I'm not, like I'm just in between phases. At least have a minimum going in there, but sometimes that's going to be more. I just wanted to give myself a framework to kind of look at the numbers, kind of see how things were going to go. And I think, what's the next one? Home appliances. Like I don't even have an amount written there, so that is left open because once I get moved, that I'm not contributing to the moving fund. I can either choose to say $880 that I was given here can start to go into the home appliances. So hopefully you guys see how I'm trying to think this through and understand, like, okay, some things are going to be now and then some things are going to be later. Even though I put dates over here, not everything is going to be happening all at once, because I do have these things that I need to have done quickly. I have earned a vacation, and so I am taking a vacation, and then I also need to move because I have given y'all the apartment maintenance chronicles, and you get to a point where you're just like, okay, I'm tired of talking about this. I'm tired of talking to y'all, and it's just kind of annoying. But I did go back, and I think we left off around the subscriptions. And so I did put clothing on here, but you guys know I'm doing a weight loss challenge, and so whatever I get there can go to clothing and to self-care. It can go either way. And once I eventually reach my weight goal, then like I will at least have money that I'm putting in there, but that can increase because $480 is not going to buy me much as far as in clothing. But like that money over there in the savings challenge, and then this right here, it'll help me get through the year. And then I have my car maintenance. I have the goal there to be $1,200, but it may increase because like when things go wrong with cars, it costs a lot of money. But I at least want to up that car maintenance up from $75 to $100, so I can at least get $1,200 in there. That's if nothing goes wrong. But I have to get oil changes. I have to do my tags every year. So those things automatically come out just for taking care of the car. So this is one that never stops. It's always going. So it's an ongoing thing. I have my insurance, and so I have 3 days for that. So my car insurance is every 6 months, and my renter's insurance is every year. And so I want to have at least $1,560 in there, and so that's about $130 a month. And the next one is household, and so that's for going to Sam's, and so I'm thinking about $600. I have $4.66 in there, and so that leaves me with $595.34, and so I need about $50, like $49.61, to take care of that. And then we talked about the moving fund, so that one is very immediate, and if nothing else gets done, I want to make sure that I take care of that, so that way I can get on down when it's time to do so. And so I'm thinking about $3,000, and since it'll be in town, we were able to move for a lot less than that when we moved here, and so I know we can do the same thing again, but it's going to cost more since like 2 years since we moved here. I want to make sure that I have enough money for that. And then of course we just talked about the travel, and then electronics. The electronics, I'm talking about like my cell phone. And this is one of those categories I could see being ongoing, because today is my cell phone. At some point I got to replace my computer. I have a small Google Chrome notebook, and that's what I use to do the when I do the budgets and the every dollar screen captures and stuff. That's what I'm actually on. When we were without air conditioning, the battery expanded, in that laptop, so I do have to replace that, but it's not very high up on my list. It's running just perfectly fine, but after I replace the my cell phone, I'll need to do something with that. So that's one of those little funds that I'll see myself keeping and making sure that I at least top it off at $1,500 and then kind of go up as inflation increases. And then home appliances, I didn't put a date or months to save on this one because it's going to be like, I see it as move, and then once I get settled, start saving for home appliances. Anything that's left in the moving fund goes to the home appliances fund, and you know, moving is no longer will be needed until it's time for me to buy a house. So hopefully the next move is the last move before I go to buy a home. But then once I see what's left over from there, I'll have a beginning balance, and then I'll give myself a due date, and then what is left to save and how much I need to save a month to be able to go ahead and get a washer and dryer and whatever else that house is going to need. I just decided that I am done with like apartment living. I need a little bit more space, and especially with my allergies and stuff, things are just what didn't used to be a problem is now a problem as I get older. So, and also another short-term one is my self-care. And so this is something I want to do for myself every now and then. Like if I need a massage, which I really do need because I've been having problems with my my left shoulder. It's not a numb thing, but sometimes I have a hard time lifting it up, and I think it's because I sit and I don't use good, you know, my posture is not all that good, and so the muscle gets real tight in my shoulder and it hurts when I need to lift my arm up sometimes. So my goal for that fund is $600, and then I want to at least save like $50 a month to put aside for that. And then on to my long-term savings goals. So I have the emergency fund, I have the house down payment, my home down payment, my car replacement, and the Roth IRA. Now you'll see that I did not put anything in home down payment and car replacement, and the reason why is because I know I need to rent, and I really want my emergency fund done first. This is a 3 to 6 month fund. $20,000 is more than enough to cover what I need. And so I think, like when I talked about my emergency fund before, someone brought up insurance, where insurance is its own sinking fund up here, and so 1560 is what I put here, so that's why it's not necessarily in here. But if I have 20,000, I have more than enough to cover the insurance if something unfortunate happened and I'm cutting up and acting a fool and getting myself fired. I don't have a due date for that, so I don't necessarily have months to save. I do want that done in 2022. Right now I'm at $3,877.10, and it's December. So I have about $16,122.90. And so let's say it takes me, I'm gonna do 12 months. Then that's about $1,343 per month, and really I need to do $1,344, but that may not be true. I may be able to do some things and get some stuff done, so that's why I put vary here, and then, you know, per paycheck I can put money over into those accounts. And then once I get into that phase where I'm ready to start saving for a home down payment and my car replacement, these are long term, and I'll be able to come back and put in those amounts and then kind of break that all the way down. That may not be done in 2022. That may be something that rolls over into 2023. My Roth IRA, I do want to start that this year. It's not going to be in the first quarter. I already know that I have enough on my plate and I don't want to stress myself out with that. I have maxed out my 401k, so I am doing the right thing there. But I will contact Vanguard for that, and we'll talk about that once I get closer to doing what I want to do. And so I know I will need to max it out. I will need to be putting in like $500 a month to that. So that is pretty much where I am. And hopefully this all makes sense. It's a lot to take in. This, I feel better. I feel a lot better because my stomach was in knots trying to remember who's on first, what's going to happen next, and all that stuff. And so, like I told you guys before, I'm going to use this information right here, the long and short term goals, just to determine which account I'm going to put some of these things in, and then that's going to be where they live. I know my emergency fund is going to the credit union, my house down payment is going to the credit union, and probably the car replacement will go to the credit union. I know that my Roth IRA is going to go through Vanguard for that. And these up here, my sinking funds, that's where it's going to get variable where I put them. But I want to make sure I know this account lives here, only this card can be used for these expenses, you know, like if that makes sense. I'm not using my primary account debit card for things where I'm not actually storing the money over in that account, and I need to be using the credit union debit card or the Capital One debit card. Because sometimes I'll pull out the one that's most convenient, and it'll be the one that's typically connected to my primary bank that I've been using for over 20 years, and so I mess things up doing that. So yeah, so that is what I've been thinking. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys plan on doing in 2022. What are your goals for next year? I know some of you guys are going to be paying off debt. Some of you are paying off debt and you're saving. Some of you are saving. So if you don't mind, share below. Let me know what's going on in your world, and I will talk to you guys later. I definitely feel better now because I was stressed. But y'all have a great one. Bye.